Hey guys. So we're going to do something a little bit different this weekend. We're going to be doing kind of like a little. Let me just make a little adjustment here. We're trying a new light. I'm not sure if I like it. Really making me look pale as fuck. Anyway, all right. Focus. Jesus. We're trying something different. We're going to do a little bit about me and why I'm doing this all of a sudden. I'm 32 years old, and I'm now all of a sudden trying YouTube and streaming. And yeah, it can be a little difficult. It's completely out of my zone. I mean, gaming is not. I've been doing it for a long time. I love gaming. But making videos, different story. So the main purpose of this is to really make a little extra income. Sounds a little greedy, I know, but that's what it is. And, I'm an entertaining guy. I can be funny. You're not laughing now, but, you will eventually. I'm pretty sure of that. So I might as well just use that talent for what I got. The main reason why I want to make a little extra income is, well, I have a family now. And at first, money was never an issue. But now I have a mortgage, an HOA, and a child. And, my wife would like to pursue her own dreams. And I've always wanted to do something like this as well. Just never thought I'd actually do it. And with full support of my wife, I decided to give it a shot. And it's going slow, but I knew it would. I knew that I'd have to fight for it, I'd have to struggle. But my wife would love to become a writer. I mean, she's already halfway through writing her own book. I don't know how long it's going to be, so I really can't say she's halfway, but she has a large majority of it. But she can't do that while also working, and both of us being parents. And so, if I can start making just enough money on this to where she can quit her job and pursue her dream, everyone would be happy. I'd be doing this, and doing this is fun. This is a lot more fun than I thought it would be. I thought it'd be a lot more late nights, and it would just kill me. But it's not. It's really not, surprisingly enough. It's really why I don't have like a buttload of followers already, because I'm not putting that much of a grind into it. I'm kind of just doing it. But that's the main reason why I started this, just so in the last 2 months. Is to make goals. Not just for me, but for my family as well. Help everyone pursue a dream. It's kind of what life is about, to be happy, is pursuing dreams and fulfilling them. That's why I'm doing it. That's not really about me. As you know, like I said, I'm 32 years old, born and raised in Colorado my whole life, and the first person in my family, my generation, to be born in Colorado. So everyone else is from Michigan. That's older than me. And I was actually the youngest in my generation, the last one born in my generation. So, everybody but their kids is older than me. That's a stab at all of you, just so you know. Anyway, so a lot of you are from my TikTok. And the main reason I really decided to do this video is because of what I said about that Kyle stuff. I did trigger in my own way. I'm going to get so much shit for this. I grew up in a very interesting home. It was a good home. Very loving parents. I got very lucky. I am very lucky to have my parents. And for them to be who they are. But they fought a lot. And they love each other. So don't yell at me when you see this. Okay? But they did fight quite often. There was times my dad would have to leave for a few days. Go stay with a buddy. Cool off. If I get too far back, it gets dark. Oh, excuse me. It's just right here. Okay. It's not like I got beat as a kid. Nothing like that. It could have been a million times worse. but it does still make her an interesting home. I'm not saying it was a bad home or a broken home. It was an interesting home. Parents divorced when I was 18 when I got into my first apartment. God, they were divorced for only a few years. Surprisingly enough, they're remarried. For the longest time when they got back together, I said they were happily divorced because they were back to being together, but they weren't remarried just yet. I'm distracting myself. Hold on. Okay. But I did grow up with quite a bit of arguing happening in my home. And that's fine. I did, however, suffer a few other ordeals as a child. Some I will not touch base on. But I lost a cousin of mine. Let me reverse this. My aunt that I spoke of, my second mother, basically, the woman who babysat me every day after school, she was actually the first person to put soap in my mouth. Actually, the only person to make me eat soap for lying. That was so mad. It was the dumbest lie too. It was the dumbest lie, and she literally made me take a bite out of a bar of soap and hold it there. I can't remember for how long, but when the punch was over, it was back to normal. I mean, she gave me soda to wash up the taste. But I grew up with tough love, and I believe in tough love. I believe in, and I got that. You're gonna cry, I'll give you something to cry about. Ordeal. But me and my brother were spoiled when we were really young, and then money problems caught up the family, and we couldn't be spoiled no more. So we had problems at first, but then tough love came into play. But this woman was amazing, and her husband at the time was a cop. Shattered her jaw. And I remember to this day, it's a very vivid memory. She had to stay in our basement, and I couldn't go down there for a few days because they didn't want me seeing her. I can't remember how young I was. I was like 7, 8, maybe around that time. Maybe even younger. It's a long time ago. I was a kid. But I finally was able to go down and see her. And I think I had to wait for most of the swelling to go down. They didn't want me being horrified. But I walked down the stairs and I turned the corner and she was on the pull-out couch watching TV. And she had this metal piece just... I didn't know what it was. I was so young. But she had her mouth wired shut, her jaw shut, inside and out. She had to wear a headpiece to keep her jaw shut, to let it heal, because I had to see this woman eat baby food through a straw. That was very hard to see someone you love do that. And that's why I got so heated the way that I did in that video. My aunt, and I have more than one, I'm just not naming any names. My aunt, she had some bad choices in men. She went for the bad boys, but the bad boys, not the bad boys with the good heart, just straight up bad boys. She was married to men for a while, and they fought bad all the time. One time she threw a Christmas tree at him, and he flicked a cigarette butt right here and actually burnt her. It was just boom, hit her. I remember that one. It was so bad that her youngest son, the cousin born closest to me, my age, he was only 2 years older than I was, he moved to California to be with his grandmother on his father's side. She didn't care. My aunt cared. His grandmother didn't. 14 years old, he dropped out of school and joined a gang. A legit gang, not your basic street corner wannabe thugs. Like blood initiations, tattoos, legit gang at 14. And he wanted out after a while. He missed his family. He missed his mom. He missed his cousins. He wanted out. So he told everyone that he was going to get out. He was going to get out, and he was going to come back to Colorado, and he was going to go to church, get his GED, turn his life around. But he told the wrong people that. Came into my grandmother's house. Everyone was just in tears. My aunt screaming because she's got a call that her son was murdered. Not by an accident. Premeditated. He was shot through the neck, pushed out of the truck, and then ran over and left on the street. That was a long time ago. Having a family member premeditated murdered is just as painful as losing to an accident. It is. I'm not going to say it's worse, but it's harder to swallow. Knowing that somebody wanted them gone. A lot of my family members took it harder than I did. My cousin was kind of like the family bully to me. He would always bully me, push me around, because I was the only one younger than him. So I took it. I mean, I was sad, but at the same time, I was also 12. I really didn't quite grasp it very well. We didn't have a lot of deaths in the family at that time. I actually didn't cry until I was at the funeral and saw his casket. That's when I lost it. That's when it kicked in that he was gone. But I digress. A lot of people took it hard. Some took it a lot harder than others. And it set them on a very bad path. I'm not going to even say what family member this one was. Took them on a very bad path. Did a lot of stupid stuff. A lot of law-breaking, trust-breaking stuff. That was hard. That almost broke the family between that and the loss of my cousin. So, and it was really hard to not blame my aunt's husband for this. It really was. I knew the circumstances could have been different. But at the same time, was it 100% his? Was it his fault? Some people would say yes, some people would say no. That was a very long time period of pain in our family because of the circumstances that followed after it. I went numb because of it. But with what happened with the pain that my aunt was going through and the pain that some other specific family members were going through, I just went numb. Physically and emotionally. I didn't care about anybody for a long time. For a very long time. I didn't give a shit about a single soul. I was not a good person as a young teenager. I did a lot of stupid things. I hurt a lot of people physically as well. I found an outlet. It wasn't healthy. And it was not being a bully. I was never a bully. I was a bully to bullies. That was probably the only good thing I did growing up was beat up the bullies. But I had friends who had people who owed them money. I would go get it. I did a lot of stupid things. Never got caught, thankfully. I pray God to that one. I actually have a tattoo as a reminder that the things I did, God still had my back and got me through it. So I learned to be the bad boy with a good heart. But I honestly, in my heart, do believe that a lot of this pain was caused by a man beating a woman. And that's why I triggered. It wasn't just because I saw someone got hit. It was the circumstances of years of pain in my family, loss of members, because one man would not stop beating a woman. So before anyone thinks that a person can't trigger just because they weren't physically assaulted like that is not true. You can trigger. And I did. I was really pissed. I actually was shaking. But, so that kind of explains that. A little bit of my past. I did a lot of things I'm ashamed of. I said a lot of things I shouldn't have. But I have to thank my family. They still saw me through it. They saw the things I did, the cuts, the bruises. They knew that they weren't a lifetime decision. They knew they were an outlet. And my parents are amazing because of that. They didn't push. They just knew it would go away. And they were right. It's not like they were ignoring this. They weren't ignoring the situation. They weren't. At one point, I got a little far at school. And my dad had to pull me aside and said, listen. And then, I think after that discussion me and him had, he realized that it wasn't permanent. He just knew in his heart. And my mom trusted him. And it was true. So, what is that noise? That interruption is gone. Guessing that was the dryer. Through the brand new wall I just built. Bastard. Anyway, no more sob shit. No more of that. No more sob. No more sad stories. I'm not looking for petty. I'm not looking for condolences. That was a lifetime ago. I am the man I am now because of it. And a lot of people who know me know I'm a good man. So, condolences are not needed. But of course, if anyone ever would like to ask a question, leave a comment in this. Hit me up on TikTok, Instagram, doesn't matter. There's ways of getting a hold of me. So besides that, the good things about me growing up, I was going to school. I was a good student until high school. At that point, it just became a socialite, man. Like, I didn't care about the homework. I thought it was stupid. Why should I be at school for 8 hours, then go home and do more school? You don't do that at work. And well, now as an adult, I found out you actually kind of do. Life is a lie. Anyway, and so I went homeschooling. Started homeschooling, and then I was a 4.0 straight A student. But I still eventually dropped out. Why did I drop out? Because I was stupid. I was taking college geography and college history in 11th grade. I didn't want to. So I asked the teacher online to just not do that. Like, just give me 11th grade, everything. They didn't. They said, no, it'd be too easy for you. And I said, I don't care. I'm just in this to get my papers, basically. And they denied it. And I said, then fine. If you're going to give me college courses, then you need to give me credit for them and let me graduate this year. They said no. So I dropped out. Growing up, I felt, and part of me still does, you don't need a piece of paper to show your intelligence. I understand that graduating high school not only shows that you are capable of learning, but it also shows a dedication, and I get that. But at the same time, I feel you shouldn't have a piece of paper to show that you're smart, or to show that you can do it. So, I mean, and now as a parent, I don't want to think that way. I want to make sure that my children graduate. Because God knows it was hard getting where I am now. Being a homeowner, having a car that's paid off. A good car. It's not like it's just a piece of crap Pinto. It's a good... No offense. But you know what I mean. It's not a junker. I mean, yeah, she's 9 years old. But I got her when she was only 1 year old. I mean, I've had the car for almost 8 years now. Yeah, I got a motorcycle, paid off. I have a wife, I have a daughter. I'm trying to start a career doing this, and yeah, it wasn't easy. Probably would have been a hell of a lot easier if I kept in school. Stay in school, you filthy little heathens. I was also in a band when I dropped out, and I'm pretty sure I used that as an excuse to my parents. That, oh man, well, we're gonna go big. We're gonna make CDs, man. We're gonna do it. Yeah, whoa. Yeah, no, it didn't work. Because I decided to stop doing certain drugs. Yeah, I did some drugs. Parents knew I did pot. But they were trying to get me to start other shit, and I was just like, no, I tried it one time. I was like, nope. Nothing serious. I'd never done heroin or crack or meth. I've never done anything like that. It was just hallucinogens, and schizophrenia runs in my family enough as it is. I don't want to see shit on purpose. And because of that, literally because of that, they're like, well, then you can't be in the group, you can't be in the band. And I'm like, and that's when I grew up. It's when I stopped doing all this stupid shit, besides dropping out of high school. I stopped breaking the law, besides speeding, because I can't help it. I like going fast. I stopped beating up people for either bullying or for owing. I grew the fuck up. I don't know why. I don't. It's not like it was a life-changing event getting kicked out of this band. I realized, like, fuck. If that was the only reason why these guys wanted to hang out is because they thought I would do this stuff with them, then no. Yeah. I think this video's getting a little long. Told some secrets. Told some stories. Gave up a little of myself to you. Maybe next time we'll discuss a little bit more about my dreams and my past. That's if there's a next time. Maybe we'll never converse like this again. I don't know, because I haven't 100% found my niche on YouTube. I know for a fact I want to base it off of gaming. I love that. I love gaming. It's fun. It's a stress reliever for me. But at the same time, you don't watch the same movie over and over and over again and still enjoy it the first time after the 100th time. So I had to change it up. I have to. And I got some friends who are like, dude, you can't do that. You got to stick to one thing. You got to stick to one thing. Gosh, calling you out, bud. But and I agree. I probably should, but I'm gonna try this out. I'm gonna try change it up every now and then, keeping y'all on your toes. I'm still not gonna tell you my name though. I'm gonna try to keep that to myself. Even though I'm pretty sure the person that I paid commission for my logo probably paid attention to my email and knows my name now. Villa. Shh. Nobody needs to know that. I want to make a game out of it. I want to see how long I can last without telling y'all who I really am. Because there are parts of me that if you knew, you would probably never see me. You'd probably never watch me again. There are certain things that I wish I could tell y'all. But I kind of know how society works now. I pay attention to it. And the way society works now, they don't fully listen to your story. They hear the beginning and they make up the rest themselves. I can sit here and tell you one thing and try to explain how I'm not like the other people, but all you care about is the first thing. Maybe one day. I'd like to be able to get to that point. I'd like to be able to really share myself with you guys and not have to worry about losing every single one of you. But I digress. I think this has been a long enough video. I doubt you're still watching. If you are, congratulations. You just watched a big old heap of nonsense. But if you are still watching, thank you. I hope you enjoyed my story. It's not the last of it. That's for fucking sure. But it is for tonight. Y'all have a good time. I'll see you next time. Love your faces. Bye. I'm a goofy goober. You're a